I require your signature here, Martin stated, tapping the document's end. I fixed my gaze on the page. Bold, dark letters. Our names side by side, now severed by emptiness. Sophia avoided my eyes entirely. I lifted the pen. So this is final? Martin's lips curled. Absolutely final. Sophia released a breath. Don't prolong this, Daniel. I signed. Steady hand. Shattered heart. Martin rose. Well done, Sophia. Impeccably managed. I observed their exit as if I were invisible. No embrace, no glance, no farewell. Only a door sealing shut with jarring finality. The apartment breathed emptiness when I entered. Bare floors, naked windows, vacant spaces. She claimed even the doormat. Only a hollow refrigerator and the phantom rectangle where our wedding portrait hung remained. I touched the blank wall. We laughed here, I breathed. A bitter chuckle escaped me. To shattered promises, I slurred, collapsing onto boards. The log rattled an hour later. Daniel, I stayed frozen. Liam entered, arms laden with greasy bags and beer. Fuel for misery. He scanned the void. She emptied the place. I grunted. He dropped beside me. Even the toaster? You're drowning in guilt. Silence. He jabbed my arm. Stop. I failed her. You overflowed. Too patient, too gentle, too constant. Perhaps kindness bored her. Perhaps she craved I choked. Liam tilted his head. Craved what? Some crypto bro with Rolex collection? She called me stagnant, I rasped. She's venom. But she didn't predict that. A weak laugh, then tears soundless, swift. Liam offered a bottle. Now you rise from ashes, he declared. I've lost myself, I countered. Then rediscover, he replied. Nightfall found me haunting hollow rooms. Mocking echoes answered every step. The closet gaped barren, my frayed hoodie gone. In the kitchen, a single chipped mug languished in the sink. Mine. The quiet screamed louder than our fiercest battle. A faded photo surfaced in a drawer. Silver Cove. Salt spray clung to her hair. Never sensed the tempest beside me. I dropped it into the bin, methodically. By midnight, I lay on a half-deflated mattress, tracing cracks in the ceiling. Her name escaped my lips, once not from longing, but to fracture the suffocating quiet. Dawn arrived, harsh and unwelcome. A phone notification glowed. Spam. Proof I still breathed. I scrolled through relics. Sophia, grab white candles. Vanilla triggers migraines. Delete. Sophia, regretting my words. Need distance. Delete. Sophia, your constant effort, that's why I love you. Loved, I murmured. A fiction, even then. Liam called midday. Pulse check, barely. Gym? Rage room? No. Swap Sophia's shampoo for hair remover. A dry laugh. Almost. Shower. Inhale. Achieve one thing. Micro steps. I rose. Showered. Dressed. Brewed coffee in the salvaged mug. Survival. By dusk, I glared at job listings. Seeking distraction from ghosts and deceit, an ad blazed. Exclusive beach resort investment. Confidential. The image stabbed me, azure sands, her dream escape. The place she honeymooned with Adrian. I clicked, seeking pain or arson. The owner's name flashed, Mr. Black. I dialed, Mr. Black? Regarding azure sands, still available? Indeed. Previous guest? I swallowed, no, a viewing, tomorrow, agreed. I disconnected. Liam rang instantly. Please deny cat adoption or radical haircuts. I'm acquiring property, not a flamethrower, a resort, silence, pools, tiki bars. Correct. Divorce broke your brain. I must confront it. With her settlement, you won't burn it? Liam pressed. No. Then charge ahead. That night, city lights flickered beyond the cold glass. Uncertainty lingered, but the drowning sensation eased, replaced by uneasy drift. That meant progress. You stole my world, Sophia, I whispered. Then firmer, but not my soul. For now, that truth anchored me. Azure sands seemed diminished in reality, beautiful, bitter. Salt and stone hung in the air, the scent that once lit Sophia's eyes. Mr. Daniel? A man approached. Crisp suit, gentle gaze. His handshake was solid. Mr. Black, I acknowledged. Early arrival. Preferred solitude. He nodded. This way. The lobby gleamed teak and turquoise glass. I knew it from her photos. Champagne flutes, low-cut silk, Adrian in ivory linen. My jaw tightened. Mr. Black paused at the front desk. My father's legacy. Selling wasn't my intent. Why proceed? He studied the sea. Some memories demand too much. We walked silently. The suite blazed with light, balcony doors yawning. I stepped toward the ocean view. Did you host a Sophia recently? My voice stayed flat, brunette, precise, sharp tongue. He inclined his head. Indeed, she was exacting. Did she favor this suite? She did. I stepped inside. My shoes clicked on the floor tiles. I'll take it. He stared. The resort? I'm buying it. You haven't even toured. I've seen all I need. He watched me. You're not investing? No. You want closure. I want something still marked by me, even unseen. 3 weeks later, the keys were mine. A gold tag. Room 217, etched deep. Evelyn met me at reception. She glanced up, smiled. You're the owner. Seems so. I'm Evelyn. Staff manager? No drama. No lies. No cutting corners. I do restoration, healing, maybe payback. She chuckled. Sounds fair. That night, I roamed the empty resort. The dining hall, vacant chairs, long tables. They danced here, I thought. Celebrated here. Laughed here. My grip tightened on the rail. All right? A voice asked. I turned. A woman in uniform, 30s, hair pulled back. Fiona, housekeeping, Daniel. I know. She gave a soft smile. This place holds deep things. I bought it for quiet, or maybe to lay ghosts to rest. I stayed silent. She walked away, humming. Liam called. So you actually did it? It's mine. Renaming it? Thinking closure. Point taken. I sat on the balcony, ocean before me. She left fragments of herself here. And now you own every space where she tried to erase you. Revenge isn't the goal. Then what? Mastery. Next morning, I found the back storage. Old records, deals, pictures. I flipped a binder, stopped cold. A note. Sophia's hand. Honeymoon confirmed. Sweet. Mr. and Mrs. Adrian Vance. I fixed on the date. 3 days post-court. She moved on quicker than she left. Evelyn walked in. You all right? Define all right. Okay. You look like you saw a ghost. Just a phantom? She saw the note, asked nothing, just stood beside me. Redecorate that suite? No, I said. I want to remake it. By dusk, paint was scraped, bedding gone. New windows ordered, different art chosen. I stood in the room's heart, key in hand. She left me ruins, I murmured. But forgot, I reconstruct. A knock. Fiona held a small box. Found this in the old storage. I opened it. A champagne cork, a note taped. 2 starts meant to last. Sophia's hand again. I clenched it. Thanks, I told her. She nodded. Let the past decay, but don't let it conquer. That night I walked the shore. The moon ignored my sorrow. The waves didn't halt for my hurt, but I stood straighter. The breeze that once held her joy now pressed my back like a murmur. Go on. I set the keys down. Room 217. She picked it to forget me. I chose it to recall myself, not her ex, not her casualty. Just a man restoring. This time, it wasn't beginning from zero. Evelyn, I said, entering the lobby. Who ordered custom pillows for 217? She looked puzzled. That's odd. I nodded. Monogram linens, a V in gold thread. Her eyes sharpened. Adrian Vance? Another nod. They had them made. Didn't think they stayed. They didn't. I found them locked in the nightstand drawer. I returned to the suite, opened the drawer. The pillowcases lay there, folded smooth. Adrian's mark. Their mark. I held them like embers, then threw them on the bed. I sat in the corner chair, watching them like coiled snakes. Liam called. What now? He asked. Monogram pillows. Tell me you're torching them. I'm watching them. Why leave them? To leave a scar? Maybe she thought you'd never see. I stared at the neat fold. Liam? Yeah? This isn't renovation. It's eradication. Evelyn helped me strip the room again. Are you certain? She asked, holding the pillowcases. Absolutely. She stuffed them into a black trash bag. Tossing them yourself, or shall I? I need to do it myself. I stood behind the resort. The dumpster lid squeaked. I threw the pillowcases in without looking. Glad to be rid of these, I muttered. Did you say something? Fiona asked behind me. I turned. Just disposing of the trash. She smiled, sweeping the back walk. Some things cling harder than others. Later that day, a guest walked in. Young, loud, carrying a camera and a beach bag. The new owner, I presume, she said. That's me, Maya here. I create travel vlogs about locations with history. Well, this place has more history than it needs. Perfect. She smiled and scribbled something into her notebook. Staying a few nights. Hope that's all right. It is a resort, I said. Make yourself at home. That night I wandered the halls again. Every hallway echoed with her voice. Every corner whispered of her silences. I ended up outside room 217 again. I stood in the doorway, not going in, just listening. For echoes, for quiet, for emptiness. The next morning, Maya found me in the lounge. Not much of a sleeper, not recently. Did some digging on this place, she said. Seems your ex honeymooned here and then you bought it. Essentially, yes. That's profound. You have no idea. She leaned forward. Feel like sharing the story? No, she smiled. How about painting it out instead? I laughed for the first time in days. Annoyingly, it's working. Why annoying? Because it feels like she didn't come out on top. She didn't. After lunch, I walked past Evelyn's office. She waved me in. Came across something else in storage. She held a worn envelope. I took it, hesitant. Inside was a note in Sophia's handwriting. Thanks for making the transition smooth. We'll be recommending the resort to our friends. S and Asana, they had a name, a shared signature, a signature. I folded the note quietly and handed it back. Keep it. Liam texted. Torched everything yet? Need me with a gas can? Making progress. Proud of you. Certified crazy or not? I chuckled, then stared at the folded note in my hand. That night, I walked the beach again. Fiona was out there too, watching the waves. Always burning the midnight oil? I asked. Force of habit, she said. This place never truly rests, does it? Not while memories linger, I sighed. Ever wish you could just reset? She didn't answer right away, then said, You already did. The day you signed for this place. Back inside, Maya sat in the lobby editing her video. Decided on a vlog title? I asked. She smiled. Leaning towards second chances. I stared at the screen. A clip of me painting, laughing. That person feels for him, I said. Good, she replied. That's growth. Evelyn helped me strip the room again. Are you certain? She asked, holding the pillowcases. Absolutely. She stuffed them into a black trash bag. Tossing them yourself, or shall I? I need to do it myself. I stood behind the resort. The dumpster lid squeaked. I threw the pillowcases in without looking. Glad to be rid of these, I muttered. Did you say something? Fiona asked behind me. I turned, just disposing of the trash. She smiled, sweeping the back walk. Some things cling harder than others. Later that day, a guest walked in. Young, loud, carrying a camera and a beach bag. The new owner, I presume, she said. That's me. Maya here. I create travel vlogs about locations with history. Well, this place has more history than it needs. Perfect. She smiled and scribbled something into her notebook. Staying a few nights. Hope that's all right. It is a resort, I said. Make yourself at home. That night, I wandered the halls again. Every hallway echoed with her voice. Every corner whispered of her silences. I ended up outside room 217 again. I stood in the doorway, not going in, just listening. For echoes, for quiet, for emptiness. The next morning, Maya found me in the lounge. Not much of a sleeper, not recently. Did some digging on this place, she said. Seems your ex honeymooned here and then you bought it. Essentially, yes. That's profound. You have no idea. She leaned forward. Feel like sharing the story? No. She smiled. How about painting it out instead? I laughed for the first time in days. Annoyingly, it's working. Why annoying? Because it feels like she didn't come out on top. She didn't. After lunch, I walked past Evelyn's office. She waved me in. Came across something else in storage. She held a worn envelope. I took it, hesitant. Inside was a note in Sophia's handwriting. Thanks for making the transition smooth. We'll be recommending the resort to our friends. They had a name, a shared signature. I folded the note quietly and handed it back. Keep it. Liam texted. Torched everything yet. Meet me with a gas can. Making progress. Proud of you. Certified crazy or not. I chuckled, then stared at the folded note in my hand. That night, I walked the beach again. Fiona was out there too, watching the waves, always burning the midnight oil. I asked. Force of habit, she said. This place never truly rests, does it? Not while memories linger. I sighed. Ever wish you could just reset? She didn't answer right away, then said, You already did. The day you signed for this place. Back inside, Maya sat in the lobby editing her video. Decided on a vlog title? I asked. She smiled, leaning towards second chances. I stared at the screen, a clip of me painting, laughing. That person feels for him, I said. Good, she replied. That's growth. Before bed, I opened my closet. Inside was a single black trash bag. The pillowcases, I hadn't thrown them away after all. I stared at the initials again. A V. Adrian Vance. Too loud. Too lost. Too abandoned. I tied the bag shut. This time walked outside. And this time I made sure the dumpster swallowed them whole. No more initials. No more ghosts. Just me and the ground I was finally learning to stand on. Did you know they stayed here for their honeymoon? Evelyn glanced up from her clipboard. I did. I stared. You never mentioned it. You weren't prepared to know. I purchased this property. You acquired the building, Daniel, not the reality. I braced against the counter, chest aching. You knew she was here with him and stayed silent. You were already too wounded. I deserve to be told. Do you deserve it now? I paused before speaking. Did they appear happy? She hesitated. She smiled often, but never directed at him. Liam called as I exited. She smiled, but not at him. He echoed. That's what Evelyn stated? Perhaps she wasn't as cruel as you believe. Perhaps she was exhausted from pretending. The pain lingers. It's a distinct ache now. Later, I discovered Evelyn sorting the supply closet. Give me honesty, I demanded. She met my gaze. Regarding what? Did she ever mention me? Say my name? Once, before they departed. What were her words? She inquired if you ever visited this place. My breath caught. Why would she ask? She offered no reason, but it carried weight. I swallowed hard. She understood this place meant something to me. She knew. Evelyn spoke softly. And she chose to come regardless. I nodded slowly. That's harsh. Or it was her method of ensuring closure. She enforced it. All right. Back in the suite, I stood by the window. I recalled showing her this place online years prior. She'd said, too bright, too isolated. Yet she came anyway. With him. Maya passed and peered in. Are you all right? Just learned Evelyn knew Sophia stayed here. Oh, she replied. Sophia asked about you. Maybe she hadn't moved on. Then why shatter me? Maya entered. Sometimes people demolish what reflects their true selves. I gave a bitter laugh. Heartless. It happens. Downstairs, Fiona handed me tea. You look like you require this. Thank you. She wounded you deeply, she said, sitting nearby. I keep uncovering fresh layers of it. Truth has that effect, but it also brings liberation. I stirred my tea, silent. She imprinted herself here, I finally admitted. She isn't the one operating it now. That night, I opened my journal, penned a single phrase. She smiled, but not at him. It resonated. I couldn't fully decipher it, yet it held significance. The next morning, Evelyn passed me a folder. What's this? I inquired. Guest archives. I thought you might wish to review them. Inside lay Sophia's reservation form, her script, her signature. A note. Please ensure the view is romantic. He adores sunsets. He, not we, just he. She consistently made me feel temporary. I told Evelyn. She couldn't handle genuine love. She desired illusion. She craved command. Liam sent a voice note. You mining the past for hurt again? I responded, yes, but this time I'm constructing something from it. I found Maya editing clips in the cafe. I intend to repaint the suite, I announced. She lifted her head. Truly? Strip it bare, gut it, rebuild it entirely, like a cleanse. Like a new beginning. Count me in. For 2 days, we emptied the room, tore down drapes, stripped walls, replaced every fixture. I shattered a drawer. She changed bulbs. Feels cathartic, doesn't it? Maya asked. Feels like oxygen returning to my lungs. Effective? She observed me quietly, then stated, now it resembles your space. It is my space, I affirmed. She smiled. Good. I was questioning if you realized that. After finishing, I stood in the doorway. Same suite, different essence. No specters, just fresh walls and potential. I looked at Maya. Help me christen it? The suite? Absolutely. She pondered. The Phoenix room. I smiled. Perfect. Later, Evelyn caught me outside. I hope you're not upset I kept it quiet until now. I felt it. She nodded. But I'm relieved you held off. The truth would have been too heavy then. I looked out at the ocean. I still lose my grip on it occasionally. That's all right, she said. You're moving forward. I didn't tell Sophia I knew. I didn't need to. The room said enough. No initials left. No echoes. Just the sound of me choosing what stays and what doesn't. Adrian showed up in a white linen shirt and fake confidence. Surprised to find you here, he said. I smiled. The place belongs to me. He blinked. Since when? 2 months back. Sophia didn't share that. Naturally, she kept it quiet. We stood in the lobby. He looked around. You changed the color. I took it back. He shifted uncomfortably. You visited this spot once. I remember. He chuckled awkwardly. It's a small universe. No, she just tends to crush people underfoot. He followed me out onto the terrace. The vista remains pleasant, he said. It always was. Even when it was squandered, he leaned against the railing. Still holding resentment? No. Simply truthful. Expected you'd despise me. I used to. Do you now? I moved beyond it. He looked at the ocean. She walked out on you then? She took all of it, even the false life I inhabited. He glanced sideways. What about currently? My rest comes easier. Adrian scoffed. She claimed you were weak. I stared at him. She required gentleness until she no longer did. Evelyn came by and raised an eyebrow. You all right? She asked, eyes on Adrian. Just showing history around to what believes it triumphed. Adrian cleared his throat. The two of you appear tight. Evelyn witnessed my lowest and stayed. Ponder that. Later, in my office, Liam called. He's there, affirmative. What was his goal? To survey the monument to her remorse? Ouch. Planning to hit him? No, simply let him observe what's beyond purchase. Adrian showed up again that evening. This location white picket, it belonged to us once. Now it belongs solely to me. He studied me. You believe her heart still holds you? Negative. You believe her heart holds me? I believe her heart holds authority. You provided that. He frowned. She stated I offer her security. Safer than whom? He didn't answer. In the morning, Maya found me outside. He returned. He did. She sipped her coffee. Why? To persuade himself he prevailed? Did he succeed? I looked at the sunrise. The horizon doesn't deceive. Adrian tracked me down in the courtyard. She described you as needy. She described you as wealthy. He laughed. Point taken. She also called sunsets pointless. He frowned. She told me the same. Then why escort her here? Assumed she'd appreciate it more now. She didn't. He leaned on the reception desk. He came again, like a moth to a flame. She isn't the fire, I said. I realized she never was. I nodded, but I desired her to be. Later, I found a photo in the lost and found Sophia and I years ago, smiling in the same courtyard. I stared at it, then tossed it in the shredder. Maya watched from the hallway. Improved? Less burdened. Adrian finally came to the point. Sophia wishes to hold an event here. Major charity function. I tilted my head, and she instructed you to inquire. She could pose the question herself. She predicted you'd refuse. Then she already possesses the response. He pulled out his wallet. She insisted wealth persuades. I leaned in. Wealth speaks. But this establishment heeds integrity. He flushed. You deem me unworthy of this? Believe you don't fit in tailies you didn't help craft. He stepped closer. This isn't finished. It is. You still carry love for her? No, I carry love for tranquility. You're simply frightened. No, I'm finally free of fear. He stormed out. Evelyn came by. Was that wise? Likely not. But it brought satisfaction. I smiled. Indeed. That night I stood at the balcony's edge. Moonlight shimmered on the water. Adrian could never purchase this. Could never possess this stillness. Could never counterfeit this restoration. The scene didn't seek permission. It simply existed. Like me now. I phoned Liam. He offered money for Sophia to use the place. She laughed. That woman doesn't know shame. I declined. Obviously, you think she'd come here herself. She dodged this place like her reflection. Maya joined me, mugs in hand. Why refuse the money? 'Cause money doesn't matter anymore? Then what does? Power, narrative, ending. And you have that now? I nodded slowly, getting there. Before bed, I walked the halls alone, past their old suite. Silence. No ghosts lingered. Just the faint smell of fresh paint and starting over. Adrian would never grasp that. Neither would she. But I held it, and I wouldn't release it. Isabella arrived 2 days later, suitcase in tow, attitude sharp. You didn't mention it was this beautiful, she said, entering the lobby. I said it was quiet. Quiet? This is serenity soaked in sun. I needed that. Needed or deserved. Both. We sat on the balcony with tea. She studied me intently. Why her? Because I was lost. She doesn't merit this hurt. I believed she was everything. She was a reflection, Daniel, not of you. I sipped tea. You always speak in puzzles. Speaking plainly, you just didn't hear. I was focused on surviving. Precisely, that isn't life. We walked to the beach. Isabella tossed her shoes. She took the apartment, the car, your self-worth. She earned the apartment. She played the court. She's cunning. She's vicious. I allowed it. That's what confuses me. Why no fight? I thought love meant yielding. No, Daniel, that's self-sacrifice. Later, she helped me organize files in the new office. You trust too easily, she said. Perhaps. You still speak like she's returning. She isn't. Then stop imagining dailies where she feels remorse. She might. And if she doesn't, I'll still be here. We entered the suite Sophia once used. Isabella scanned the room. This where she abandoned the robe you gave her? Said it was too gentle. Sighed I was too gentle. I touched the dresser. Maybe I was. Isabella frowned. You weren't. You were decent. She exploited that. At dinner, I asked, do you think I conceded? Isabella met my gaze. No, I think you quit before the battle truly started. I was exhausted, I understand. But now you aren't. I pushed food around. I feel hollow. She leaned closer. That's just space for something superior. Next morning, she found a photo frame in the drawer. Why keep this? I forgot. No, you preserved it. She turned it over. You wrote, I'll always choose you. Damn, yeah. Did she ever reciprocate? No. We cleared out the old storage shed together. Isabella tugged out a dust-covered box. What's inside? Letters. Things I never mailed to her. She lifted an eyebrow, read one aloud. I paused, then unfolded a page. I know I'm not dazzling, but I'm reliable. I remain no. Isabella blinked rapidly. That's precisely the issue. What do you mean? You penned poetry for someone who only valued receipts? Later, I perched by the poolside. Isabella plopped down next to me. Want to know what I always kept to myself? Go ahead. I despised her immediately. I was aware. She never truly saw you. She assessed your future worth. She claimed I anchored her. She meant confined. I chucked a stone into the water. She convinced me I was inadequate. You were overwhelming. That terrified her. It still stings, I know. But hurt is a tunnel, not a destination. Exactly. She hesitated. Have you pardoned her? Not at all. Do you intend to? I want to cease giving her space in my head. That is forgiveness. That night, Maya inquired, who's that spark plug? My sister, Isabella. She's formidable. She's correct, Maya affirmed. Necessary. You need someone who won't watch you sink unnoticed. Isabella sorted stock behind the bar. This your plan? She questioned. Possibly. You creating something different? Attempting to. Will you risk your heart again? Unsure. Excellent. It means you're still open. Before turning in, Isabella perched on the sofa edge. Mind if I share one last thing? You've been sharing things nonstop today. Indulge me, I chuckled. Fine. You exceed what she discarded. I need to accept that. Then accept it. She produced a sticky note and scribbled. What's that for? Stick it on your mirror. I read it. You endured. She fled. I appreciate that, I murmured. She was unworthy of your quiet or your longing. I was unworthy of it too. True. You merited more. Now you get to be more. Locking the office, I replayed the old saved voicemail. Her gentle tone. Daniel, loving someone like you, I couldn't grasp how. I breathed out. The truth was stark. She truly couldn't, but I'm discovering how to cherish myself now. And Isabella's words resonated deeper than the absence ever did. I discovered the box cleaning the former manager's office. Dusty, sealed, marked words unspoken. Liam entered. All right there. Questionable. He glanced over. What's inside? Letters. From her? No, for her. Never mailed them. He perched on the desk. Read one aloud. I refused. They're mortifying. So it was your 2015 hairstyle. Read one anyway. I unfolded the top letter. My younger script stared back. Sophia, today you mocked my vision in front of everyone. I stayed silent, but it shattered something within. Maybe someday you'll realize quiet isn't surrender. Liam exhaled sharply. Harsh, I shrugged. That's when I first felt diminished beside her. You weren't small. She just couldn't handle anything vast. The next was penned a year pre-divorce. Last night you called me dull, predictable, like furniture kept for comfort after the excitement faded. I smiled, but inside I was breaking. Liam scowled. She actually said that? On her birthday? He rubbed his temples. That's cold. I endured it. Why? I believed love required enduring pain. It absolutely doesn't. Isabella arrived with coffee. I passed her a page. She scanned it silently. You gazed at Adrian like I was air. Perhaps I was. Just a placeholder beside you while you anticipated better. Isabella's eyes glistened. Why keep this unsent? Would it have altered things? No, but it might have altered you sooner. That evening, I lit the villa's fire pit. Holding one letter, I recited it to the flames. If you question why I vanish, remember, you taught me my words held no weight. I fed it to the fire. One by one, I spoke their truths and watched them burn, until only ash and one envelope remained. Silence settled. Then Maya's voice, room for one more, I gestured. Not exactly celebratory. She sat opposite me. What's the final one? I studied it. Written the night she left. Read it? She prompted. So I did. You claimed you left to evolve, that I was exhausted soil, that I offered everything except what you craved. Truth is, I gave myself. You simply never truly saw. Maya whispered. She earned none of these words. They weren't for her. Then why preserve them? I watched the embers. They documented who I used to be. And now, someone who no longer stays silent. The next morning, I took the final letter to the ocean, folded it into a paper boat, set it adrift, watched it bob, then vanish. Fiona, the housekeeper, walked past. Letting go. Trying, I said. She smiled. Good. The wind doesn't linger. The resort cafe. Isabella saw my empty hands. You burned them all? All except one. That one went to the sea. She smiled. Finally gave yourself the ending she wouldn't, I suppose. You suppose. I paused. I feel unburdened. That's truth's gift. Later I read a new letter, but the opening changed. Dear me, it began. I'm proud of you. I didn't seal it. Just slid it into the drawer beside my keys. For when I doubt, that night I walked the resort halls alone. The walls fell silent about her. The air held no trace of her scent. I stopped in the hallway where she'd kissed Adrian. I didn't recoil. Just stood, and then moved on. At dinner, Maya raised her glass. To the man who writes unsent letters, I laughed. To the flame that cleanses without consuming. To the quiet that finds its voice. To the truth that endures. I leaned back in my chair, looked at the moon, and whispered, You never saw them. Somehow, I no longer required her to. I finally had, and it sufficed. I hadn't entered the honeymoon suite since acquiring the resort. Evelyn found me outside the door. You certain? I nodded. I need to confront it. She handed me the key, lit a candle just in case. The silence feels deafening. I smiled faintly. Thanks. The door groaned open. Same marble, same rose walls, but the atmosphere pressed down. I entered slowly. The bed lay pristine, white linen, gold edges. 2 robes hung waiting. One Mr., one Mrs. I sat on the bed's edge, brushed a hand over the pillow. My hand shook. Liam's voice crackled through the walkie. You okay? Yeah, liar. I chuckled. A little unsettled, perhaps. Want me there? No, this is mine to face. I stood and moved to the vanity. A single drawer sat there. I slid it open. A small note lay tucked inside. It said, You'll always be second choice. My stomach clenched. Her script. She left it for him, for Adrian. The mirror held no reflection. But the man looking back was unfamiliar, not the boy pleading with her. Not the one shattered by a message, just someone weary. Who are you now? I whispered. The bathroom door stood ajar. I pushed it. Steam-fogged tiles, forgotten rose petals, a ghost of her perfume. I perched on the tub's rim. Maya's words replayed. Don't haunt yourself with spaces never meant for you. But I had inhabited this one, even through another's narrative. Footsteps behind me. Evelyn stood in the doorway. I knocked. I didn't hear. She stepped inside. You seem lost in the quiet. Hey, I said. She sat beside me. Speak. I gestured at the mirror. I don't recognize him. I do, she said. I raised a brow. Truly? You're the man who gave jobs when the town needed them. Swallowed complaints to fix things quietly. The one who mended a heater at midnight for shivering guests. Professionalism. No. She smiled. Character. I sighed. I thought this room would destroy me. It didn't, no. But it showed me what I was to her. What? A stepping stone, not a home. Evelyn frowned. And now I'm the threshold she can't cross. Fiona found me downstairs later. She handed me a folded napkin. She left this once. I opened it. Another note. Daniel, if you return, I hope you find peace here, even without me. No name, but the hand was hers. I showed Liam. She truly wrote this? Yeah. How does it land? I crumpled the napkin. Hollow. Hollow is promising. Why? Means there's room now for what's next. That evening, I stood on the sweet balcony. Laughter drifted up. Music floated from the garden. I closed my eyes, felt the breeze. I whispered, I survived this, and the air answered. Downstairs, Maya waited at the bar. She handed me a drink. Look who crawled out of the abyss. I smiled. It's just walls. No, it was your burial plot. Perhaps I'm resurrected. Isabella called that night. You all right? I faced it and I held together. She paused. I'm proud of you. I think I'm proud of myself now, too. Before bed, I took the resort journal. I turned to a blank page, wrote, the room didn't shatter me. She did. But I raised new structures, new entrances. This time I hold the only key. I shut the book, turned off the light, slept in the suite not as her echo, but as its master. The sky hung pale and gray, a cool, out-of-season wind. No celebrations, no photographers, only stillness. I stood near the wide lobby window, the very spot she once waited for her car. Only me now, no suitcase, no vigil, no farewell embrace, just me. Liam walked in, holding 2 coffees. You always this pensive before noon? I took a cup. You talk like it's a recent thing. He gave a short laugh. Well, you've moved from shower tears to ocean view deeds, growth arc. He took a sip. Still dwell on her? I lifted a shoulder. I don't linger by the glass now. Maya arrived close to midday, camera equipment in tow. Today's the shoot, she stated. Shoot for what? The centerpiece for the piece, recall. Right, she opened her laptop. Fine with the headline, The Man Who Bought Yesterday to Shape Tomorrow. Feels theatrical. She flashed a smile. It's online content. Theater moves clicks. We toured the grounds. She posed queries. I replied until she halted by the honeymoon suite and glanced up. You stayed here, yes? Yeah. How did it feel? I paused briefly. Like witnessing your own burial, but finding your heart still beats. She nodded. That's making the draft. Evelyn met us by the garden beds. Not tucked away in shadows today, she noted. Forward motion. She arched an eyebrow. Hurt or healing, perhaps a mix. She gestured. Adrian phoned yesterday. Wanted a reservation. I laughed. Did you pick up? Told him we were solidly booked. Despite the vacancy, her lips curved. Some phantoms don't need a key. Later, Fiona spotted me sweeping the terrace. You sweep like you're sifting through memories. Maybe I am. She rested on her broom. You're different, I know. No more sorrowful gaze. No more standing watch. She smiled. Good. Waiting stills time. The sun started its descent. Orange seeped across the horizon. Isabella rang. You seem altered in Maya's photos, she said. How? Less adrift. Still somewhat untethered, but eyes ahead now. A soft breath came through the line, and he built it. After the evening meal, I walked solo down to the shore, shoes dangling, toes in cool sand. Her laughter, how she'd spin in the foam. I invited the recollection, Let it ache, then let it fade. Back at reception, a slim envelope lay. No sender, no address. Inside, plain words. Saw the feature. Truly built something. I couldn't find my anchor then, but I'm glad you held yours. I knew the script. Sophia. No fury rose, no tears fell. I creased the paper, tucked it into the desk's bottom drawer, shut it, turned the key. Left it there. Maya intercepted me leaving. Final query for the post. Go on. If she stepped through that door this instant, what would you tell her? I hesitated, then offered a faint smile. I'd say silent. She blinked. Silent? The goodbye was already spoken? She snapped a shot of me under the warm porch lights. Perfect, she murmured. For what? The closing line. Darkness settled. Liam stood by me at the window. We observed stars winking above the sea. You don't wear the look of a man biding time anymore, he remarked. I'm not. Then what are you? I smiled free.